Hello, my friends. I want to talk about something that can change the way we see the world and the people around us. It's a simple truth, but a powerful one. To see someone's true character, you only need to notice two things: how they treat those who can't benefit them. It's easy to be kind when there's something to gain, when the person across from you holds the keys to an opportunity, a favor, or a door you need opened. But the true test of character isn't how we act in front of someone who can elevate us. It's how we behave toward those who have nothing to offer in return. Think about it. How does someone treat the person serving their meal at a restaurant, the cashier at the grocery store, or the housekeeper cleaning their hotel room? Do they show respect? Are they patient? Or do they look past them as if they don't exist? The smallest gestures can reveal the biggest truths about someone's heart. When a person acknowledges those who are often overlooked, when they make time to genuinely connect with someone who society might dismiss, they show what they're made of. Do they take the time to say thank you, to smile, to treat every interaction with dignity? That's not just good manners, it's a reflection of what's inside. And what about when no one's watching? If there's no audience, no applause, do they still extend kindness? True character doesn't depend on recognition. It shows up in the quiet moments, in the way someone treats people who can never repay them, who may never even remember their name. You see, it's not about wealth, power, or status. It's about valuing every person equally, simply because they're human. A kind word, a little patience, or even eye contact can mean the world to someone who rarely feels seen. That's where real character is found. Life doesn't always go the way we plan. There will be storms, setbacks, and seasons of difficulty. And it's in those moments, not the easy ones, that a person's true character comes to light. Challenges act like a magnifying glass, exposing what's inside a person's heart. When the pressure is on, some people rise and others crumble. It's not about how big the challenge is. It's about how they respond to it. Do they stay calm, keep their composure, and push forward with faith and determination? Or do they let fear, frustration, or anger take control? The way someone handles adversity speaks louder than any words they might say. Think about the person who faces rejection but doesn't give up, who uses failure as fuel instead of letting it become a stopping point. Or the person who, in the middle of chaos, can still offer a word of encouragement to others. These aren't just actions, they're reflections of an inner strength, a grounded character that isn't shaken by the circumstances around them. And what about criticism? How does someone handle being corrected or misunderstood? Do they respond with humility, willing to learn and grow? Or do they get defensive, blame others, or shut down? These moments show whether a person's confidence is rooted in truth or built on shaky ground. When things don't go their way, how do they treat the people around them? Do they lash out pointing fingers, or do they remain respectful even when they're under stress? A person's reaction during tough times reveals their priorities and whether they value relationships over their own pride or convenience. Challenges have a way of peeling back the layers. They don't create character, but they do reveal it. It's not about avoiding difficulties. It's about showing resilience, grace, and authenticity when those difficulties arise. True character is not about one grand gesture or a single moment of goodness. It's about the pattern of someone's behavior, the choices they make day in and day out, especially when no one is keeping score. Consistency over time is what separates those who are truly authentic from those who simply act the part when it's convenient. Think about it. Anyone can put on a show for a short time. They can be kind in public, generous in a moment of opportunity, or patient when it benefits them. But the real question is, are they the same person when circumstances change? Are they the same when they're in the comfort of their home, away from the eyes of others? Consistency means showing up as the best version of yourself, not just when it's easy, but when it's hard. It means treating people with respect, whether they're your boss or the person cleaning the office late at night. It means keeping your word even when it's inconvenient, and living by your values no matter who's watching. When someone's character is consistent, you don't have to wonder where they stand. They don't shift with the wind or change their principles to fit the moment. They are steady, reliable, and grounded in who they are. Their actions align with their words, and their words align with their heart. But consistency isn't about being perfect. Everyone has bad days, moments when they fall short. What matters is the pattern, what they do the majority of the time. Do they get back up after a mistake and strive to do better? Do they stay true to their principles even when they could take the easier path? That's where you see the depth of their character. Over time, consistency builds trust. It creates a foundation that others can rely on, a reputation that speaks for itself. It's not built in a day, and it can't be faked. It comes from a commitment to living authentically, staying true to one's values, and being the same person in every situation. Respecting boundaries is one of the clearest signs of a person's character. Boundaries are more than just personal preferences. They represent someone's values, needs, and limits. When a person honors those boundaries, they show not only respect for others, but also a deep understanding of what it means to treat people with dignity. Think about how someone reacts when they're told no. Do they accept it gracefully, or do they push, manipulate, or guilt the other person into changing their mind? A person's ability to respect a boundary, even when it's inconvenient or goes against what they want, reveals their maturity and self-control. Respect for boundaries also shows up in the little things. Do they listen when someone asks for space, when someone needs time to think or process? Or are they constantly imposing their opinions, their presence, or their agenda? Someone with true character doesn't need to dominate every situation or get their way. They understand that honoring another person's limits is an act of kindness and care. And what about emotional boundaries? How do they handle someone else's feelings? Do they listen without judgment, or do they try to invalidate, minimize, or fix everything? Respecting boundaries means recognizing that every person has a right to their emotions and their process, even if it's different from your own. There's also the matter of time boundaries. Do they respect other people's schedules, commitments, and priorities? Someone who constantly demands more than what is fair, whether it's time, energy, or attention, shows a lack of consideration. On the other hand, someone who values your time as much as their own is someone who respects you as a person. When someone truly respects boundaries, they demonstrate empathy, patience, and self-awareness. They know when to step forward and when to step back. They're not trying to control or overpower. They're simply showing that they value others as individuals with their own unique needs and rights. The words a person speaks when no one is watching are like a window into their soul. It's one thing to say the right things in public, to craft a polished image when there's an audience. But the real test of character is found in the conversations they have when the spotlight is off, when there's no pressure to impress and no one keeping track. What do they say about others behind closed doors? Are their words uplifting, or are they filled with gossip, criticism, and negativity? A person with true character doesn't tear others down to elevate themselves. Instead, they speak words that build, words that encourage, even when there's no one around to applaud their kindness. Think about the casual moments, the times when someone feels relaxed enough to say what's really on their mind. If their words are filled with gratitude, humility, and respect, it shows a heart that values positivity and truth. But if their conversations are laced with bitterness, envy, or disdain, it reveals a deeper issue, a lack of alignment between who they claim to be and who they really are. How do they talk about the challenges they're facing? Do they complain endlessly, playing the victim, or do they use their words to find solutions, to inspire hope, even in difficult circumstances? The way someone speaks about their own life often reflects their mindset, range resilience. And it's not just about the words they speak about others or themselves. It's about the tone and intention behind them. Are they honest even when no one is there to verify their words? Do they speak with integrity, or do they allow dishonesty to creep in because they think no one will find out? Words spoken in private reveal what's in the heart. And what's in the heart ultimately defines a person's character. Even more telling are the words they speak when they believe no one is listening. In those moments when the guard is down and the filters are gone, you can see their true nature. Are their words kind, considerate, and consistent with their public persona, or do they show a stark contrast between the image they project and the reality of who they are? In the end, character is not defined by what we claim to be or how we act when others are watching. It is revealed in the quiet moments, the subtle choices, and the consistent patterns of our lives. True character is seen in how we treat those who can offer us nothing, in how we respond to the storms of life, and in the way we respect the boundaries of others. It's evident in the words we speak behind closed doors and in our ability to stay genuine and consistent over time. These are the traits that set people apart, not wealth, status, or outward appearances, but the integrity of their heart and the authenticity of their actions. Let's strive to be people of substance whose character shines through in the small things. Because in the end, it's not what we have that matters, but who we are when no one is looking.